Hi, my name is Natalie Morgan. I'm the Director of HR at CareerPlug. I wanted to talk a little bit about remotely onboarding a new employee. So we are completely working remote right now at CareerPlug due to the escalated health crisis in the country. And we were in an interesting situation where prior to that, we'd made a new hire, set a start date, and then just so happens that start date was the second full day of us working remote as a company. So we had to figure out how to translate some of our onboarding processes all virtual. Now, we've hired remote employees before, but we've always brought them into the office for at least the first week. So this was a little new to us. So I want to share how we kind of made that successful and work for us during this time. And hopefully you can take that back to your business if you're still hiring and looking to bring people on remotely right now. So the first thing to talk about is just logistics. Some good news there. The Form I-9 that you normally have to physically look at the IDs requirements for that show an employee's eligibility and their identity. Right now, that requirement is waived. So instead of doing it in person, you can do it via email. You can do a video conference for the first time. That's extended to at least May right now. So you don't have to worry about meeting up for employee just for that logistic reason. And all your other onboarding paperwork can mostly be done online, whether you have a paperless onboarding platform or are just scanning back and forth. There's no need to have that in-person interaction for that piece. Now, you might have some other stuff that needs to be handed off in person. If possible, for things like a computer, other equipment someone might need for the job, you can send it directly to where they're going to be working, their home address. That's going to be best. But if a handoff does need to happen, just make sure it's at some place, pretty quiet. Maybe your empty office is a good place to do this brief handoff before going back to your respective social distance workplaces and doing the virtual onboarding from there. Now, just like video conferencing has been very helpful for remote work, as we're all learning right now, that's going to be your friend for onboarding as well. Using a platform like Zoom or Google Hangouts is a great one. Allows you to, talk face to face, but also share your screen. Is really helpful for new employees where you need to bring up maybe demos of internal software you're using, right? Things I would normally show a new hire in person, I was able to do that all through Google Hangouts by just sharing my screen. Another thing to consider is how you're structuring a new hire's time in that first week. Something I already kind of do for new hires is micromanage their calendar just a little more than I normally would while they work for us. To set up time blocks of, hey, here's when you should be looking at this training, here's when you should be shadowing a team member, here's some one-on-ones in your calendar to get to know the team. I think this is more important than ever when it's going to be remote, right? You're not walking around the office, having those natural check-ins and introductions, seeing where someone's at. So the more structure you can put on their calendar ahead of time is going to be helpful, even if that does change. Giving them more context, over communicating, right? Just like it is right now for all our coworkers and our communication, over communicating with new hires is especially important. A note on introducing someone to the team, right? I already mentioned you're not going to get those kind of drive-by conversations, that face-to-face. So thinking about how you can recreate that feeling for new hires of being welcome and getting to know the team. Something we do is have a new hire fill out a questionnaire about themselves. So asking questions like, where do you want to travel next? What are you passionate about? Which one of our core values really resonated with you? And then sending that out to our whole company along with their photo. One way to maybe step that up for remote onboarding is actually have the new hire record themselves answering those questions, right? And then share it out through whatever internal communication tool that you use. And then lastly, thinking about kind of the social pieces, right? We're all trying to figure out how we can keep our culture together, keep connected. We did a virtual happy hour last week, for example, played some trivia over a Zoom meeting, making sure that new hires are brought into that in whatever way that's playing out for your company. So even something simple like adding them to social conversations. We have a cat and dog Slack channel, respectively, and I made sure to ask our new hire which channel they wanted to be added to or both, so they could be kind of part of those just fun social conversations that are happening at work and hopefully giving them more connections to the team since they're not in the office right now. So that's a little bit about how we're doing remote onboarding at CareerPlug. We actually have another new hire starting next week. We're going to do this process over again and continue learning from it. But hopefully you find this helpful, and good luck. Happy onboarding.